Okay.
Damn.
I'm going to heave a big sigh right now relative to this documentary.
Yeah.
Everyone knows about this guy but me.
I didn't know shit about this guy.
Everyone.
I had heard about him, but I didn't deep dive on him. And we're talking about Don't Die, the Man Who Wants to Live Forever documentary on Netflix. Came out just in the last week or so here.
Yeah, Brian Johnson
is the guy behind Venmo and sold Venmo to PayPal. And
I thought he was the guy behind Braintree, which acquired Venmo.
Well, yeah. He made the money on Venmo, let's just say.
Yeah, they probably got Venmo for cheap. And then
where did PayPal come in, though? They sold it.
They bought it.
When he says
bought it from Braintree.
When he says I sold my company, what he's talking about is Braintree Venmo.
Gotcha.
To PayPal.
Gotcha.
So he probably got, what do you think?
Yeah.
I didn't look it up, but I was
$500 million?
Yeah. Yeah.
If it was early?
In his pocket?
Or do you think it was billions?
I think it was billions. Because Venmo wasn't that long ago. PayPal bought it in like 2016, 17 or something.
Yeah, it's not that long ago.
Yeah, I think maybe $500 million in his pocket. I bet the sale was bills.
Here's the question.
Because it was already booming. Like PayPal was already legit. I think I personally used Venmo before it was PayPal. You know, so like it wasn't that long.
I don't even know they were connected even to this day. To be honest with you.
Yeah. It wasn't. It was within a decade for sure.
2013.
Oh, I lied.
$800 million.
I was half there, and you were more there.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and he said
maybe 400 in his pocket.
Yeah, maybe
that's
so.
not bad.
No,
it's not bad.
Not bad at all. For 2013,
nice work if you can get it. Yeah.
Venmo worth now, billions, right? I mean, PayPal's got to be the leader in all that.
Founded in 2009 and sold to PayPal in 2013.
Is that when Musk still owned PayPal in 2013? I'm guessing.
No, I think he was already gone.
He was already out.
The 13, like what do they call them? The PayPal Mafia. The PayPal Mafia all dispersed really quickly.
So I'm going to spin your heads around real quick here. 2012 is when Braintree acquired Venmo. They sold it in December of 2013. They bought it for $26.2 million.
Jeez.
They sold it for $800 million.
Oh,
yeah,
in 1 year?
Yeah, what about a flip?
Yeah, it's a serious flip.
I mean, if no one knew Venmo.
I wonder what they spent, though, to make it worth that $800 million
That's a good question.
point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they probably had to
dollars.
spend $200-300 to make it worth the 8, and they probably made a few hundred,
potentially
million on top of that.
Unless Braintree had something proprietary, you know what I mean? Like if they already had a user base and they just injected it into Venmo. Because I've heard of Braintree, but I don't know what the fuck they do. You know what I mean? Like if you have the systems in place, you buy that thing and your numbers kind of already go up, kind of like Facebook buying Instagram. They didn't have to like put money in to make Instagram better. They just used all their own data and back end.
So Braintree was founded by Brian Johnson in 2007. By 2011, the company ranked 47th on Inc. Magazine's annual list of 500 fastest growing companies. I don't know what the hell they do. Oh, product and services. Allows automatic integration of shopping cart with PayPal, among other payment types. GitHub, Parkwiz are among the companies that launched with V0 SDK.
So there's a software where you can just
one-touch
add PayPal
payments.
as a...
Yes. So that interchange software that makes it all work together.
Think of the processing there and like the e-com explosion from 2010 to 2014, you know?
Yeah, that's a timing move right there.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, and Venmo would be a good thing for them to own and a good thing for PayPal to buy because
it's the casual version.
Yeah. Anyway, this guy,
his house was pretty sick.
Brian, dude, I try so hard. I've really programmed my brain to really like people and be positive and like see the best in a lot of people. And sometimes that has screwed me. It's made my radar of who's a good human bad because I do try to see the best. And I don't know what he did to his wife and his kids, but old Brian, I kind of want to hang out with.
The old Brian?
Yeah.
Mormon Brian?
He looked like a very different person.
It's hard to even think that if you saw them next to each other,
different.
You wouldn't even know they're the same person.
Except for his kid somehow got the same injections. Like his kid
looks just like him as older him.
Yeah,
yes.
New him looks just like his son, but old him looks like a regular guy I'd kind of want to watch football with.
Yeah.
No, he had a very very open demeanor.
Yeah, no, he's
just from the
normal.
pictures, he's just very normal, very like guy you would meet somewhere.
So the overall, obviously, we'll dive into not dying and his health protocols. And shout out to Jesse James, the YouTuber who made a bunch of appearances in this thing. But my question here is that, like, the chicken before the egg causation type situation. Becoming a billionaire tech mogul, I used to think, took a particular human to get to that level. Right? Because you, not only do you have to be intelligent, you got to have this engineering, and you got to have, CEO vibes. You got to have, the gung-ho to just push 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
That would take a certain type of human that ends up looking like the Spock motherfuckers, that are stomping around now, the Elons and the Brian Johnsons or whatever. But what I'm starting to think is it's the opposite. I'm starting to think it's like a hardworking, normal dude. And then you become a billionaire, and then something happens.
Well, all of them have transformed themselves from the way they looked before to something else now.
Whatever they are now.
Except Bill Gates, who just, aged normally.
He just looks normal.
I'm not even talking looks, though. Like, Brian, when you see him throwing around his kids in their house versus how he talks to his kid now, is a different human being. And Elon... Like, Elon's a little different.
A little?
Yeah, or because Bezos and Elon are more just aesthetic changes. Like, Elon's always been fucking weird. I've seen,
even like Zuck.
He's been weird and goofy.
Zuck's transformation is like the opposite.
Yeah, he's
gone from Spock to try to, like, streetwear kid.
Yeah.
Well, that's from the jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, and hanging out with Mike Amiri.
Yeah,
he's just wearing
Dana
custom
White all
Amira.
day.
Yeah. He's just gone, because Dana White, same idea. Dana White's
his physical transformation.
just physical, though. Like, because you watch interviews of him.
He's like the same dog he's always kind of been.
2012, he's doing the same. He just looks like a Midwestern dad, and then now he's kind of a jacked dad,
Yeah.
But, like, Brian Johnson, I guess, is the main example, obviously, because of the movie. Like, he's literally speaks different, looks different. I don't want to say he has
carries himself different.
Dead eyes, but, like, yeah, he looks like alien.
He's had so much plastic surgery that they don't necessarily briefly touch on.
Yeah,
but he's done
into
a plastic surgery to his face too.
No, he keeps talking about like his health age and like his aging yearly down to 0.6 versus 0.1
I was
going
to talk. I was going to wait for someone to bring that up. I just like, what does that number even mean? Like, where's that data? What does that number mean?
Right,
and
I'm
it's
sure
made up data.
I'm sure they might be able to, with his money, like dig into like mitochondrial health. But the bigger point is that half of the things they're showing us are like injections into his face.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's got
Botox.
nothing to do with like right, and his hair. They kept doing shit with his hair, and like part of his morning protocols to fix his hair. I'm like, I don't think like hair growth has anything to do with longevity on this planet.
Well, I got a news for him. It ain't working because he's getting the back of his head. There's some shots of the back of his head. It's getting thin back there.
But there's other shots where it's full as hell.
Like
that's
normal.
why I wonder like real procedures.
They also could probably use like a spray. They use spray all the time on documentaries and shows. Like, spray is like way more common than you think. People use it for YouTube. You know what I mean? Like
he's putting that cap on. He's like wearing a morning cap to like stimulate his follicles.
Ask any fucking hair growth doctor. They will tell you you can slow the loss process, but if you want new hair, you have to go get it put in.
What's that got to do with aging? Like one of my good friends like was bald at 18.
Yeah, it doesn't. Except that it's
higher
like,
testosterone normally sommes.
Yeah, but what does that have to do? Like I don't think that
it doesn't. It's for his. The guy's a complete narcissistic.
Right.
Egotistical.
That's the
whatever.
thing. That's the thing, and I do think psychology is showing that like narcissism can kind of be like triggered or turned on. Like a lot of it is nurture, but like can it be triggered at like 40? Because before he seems super nice and normal, and then like he literally gives Spock narcissist like next fifth dimension half alien vibes at the end. Like he's like floating through his building,
And the way he just like kind of stands.
If
these, it was shot though. It was shot to make him look like a robot.
I don't know. I think he's like that, bro. If something happens with these drones in Jersey and a thing comes out, it's gonna look like him.
He looks like he's like a skinwalker.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, like like an alien.
Yeah, he's kind of creepy.
We have to get Alex Jones on the case.
Yeah, we do need Alex Jones actually.
He'll sniff it out.
So this guy's taking like dozens of supplement pills and
hundreds.
shit.
I believe he said 130. Told his son
every day. every day.
He's just pissing that shit out, though.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. There's no way that you're holding on to most of that stuff.
Why didn't they have any like normal interviews? Like obviously his team put this movie together, right? Because it's all positive, and they only talk to his people, right? We have no counterpart, no antagonist.
Only the
There was a
social media
couple-
commentary. Rogan and Segura both.
I think, but
There
they
were some scientists though that were kind of
there were some.
saying like,
there
"Oh,
were
this
definitely
guy's kind of like, we get what he's doing, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's working."
They said it's not science, too,
Yeah.
which is true, because like N=1 is hard, but if you're also doing everything else that you could possibly spend money on your body, and you add in an experimental intervention, what did what?
Yeah,
There's no way to know.
Right. Yeah. That's why he says it's an experiment, but it's clearly not an experiment.
Not an
it's
experiment.
A sinkhole. But even those antagonists that they mention, I feel like the clips they add in aren't to make an actual point against science. They're to make a point that he's being ridiculed by the public, right?
Yeah, maybe so.
Like the script felt very much their script.
Yeah.
Right? Because they were just saying like, oh yeah, like even Rogan was hating on him, but he's doing good things. Versus I would have rather had like an actual, because then the other ones are like longevity doctors. Like what the fuck does that mean?
Well, he
like,
probably produced this.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
documentary.
saying. That's what I'm saying. So the only thing that missed it for me is like some other point, like even little ones, like the pill situation. As far as my evidence that I've read, like the absorption of certain pills is so like negligible. Like that's why people say like, yeah, multivitamin's like fine, but you got to eat a vegetable. If a multivitamin was the fix, every doctor would easily say, yeah, man, skip the broccoli, take a fiber supplement, multi. But no one says that. And I'm not even, pro doctor in that sense. Like they spill a bunch of shit. But no one even had a semi-counter besides saying, oh, it's not science.
Yeah.
But that's even just, a dumb blank statement.
Yeah. The most disturbing thing that he did was the gene editing thing.
For sure.
Where he's going, where did he go? Honduras.
Yeah, I like that.
Went to Honduras.
I have. Is it Honduras and Cuba that are supposed to have insane doctors though?
Yeah, that's the story. Yeah, that's. I mean, the stories
get
about
paid more there
about
to do
LeBron
things.
and Kobe and any of these athletes that tried to lengthen their careers end up in Cuba or Honduras or some.
They're going to these kind of places.
No,
these kind of places.
Yeah, I know the stem cell stuff because of legality, but I swear I've heard even unrelated to athletics that their education in like doctors is really good.
Yeah,
I think a lot of this like doctors go there.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
that too.
I think
Well, that's for sure
Because they're not regulated.
Right.
They can practice what they believe in.
You can change your genes.
So
Yeah, they can do like real research on crazy shit like that.
So what this made me think about was back in the early, like 2010 to 2012, 13, something like that, we had more of an association with Tim Ferriss. And Tim Ferriss did shit like this. But he did them as kind of one-offs. He wasn't really doing everything at once. It was a little bit more scientific. But I remember a story that he told us, not on any podcast or anything, it's probably somewhere, about going to some country to have a resveratrol like infusion or whatever. And it's been proven since then resveratrol doesn't do shit for anybody.
But every person on TV was telling you to drink red wine because resveratrol will save your life.
Right. And he ended up shitting his brains out from it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Was the story.
Imagine this guy's poos. He didn't talk about that at all. 130 pills, vegetarian only, and you saw the slop he was eating?
It's like, dude, like, yeah, also, it's like he was also taking fucking HGH.
Yeah, I love that. I love that part.
And like eating 2,000 calories a day and probably burning 3,000 a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my point about the gene editing thing, we weren't even told what that was for until the closing epilogue stuff that he had gained 7% lean body mass.
Yeah.
And from what?
Statins, right?
They said that it gave frogs more body mass.
Yeah, it was statins.
Or rats.
Or not statins. What is it called? Fuck, the gene that actually...
the myostatin.
Yeah, the
gene.
myostatin.
Yeah.
Yeah, which has been talked about forever in bodybuilding.
They use it in animals and stuff?
No, it's like genetically just happens in animals. It genetically happens in humans too. There's like a couple like those meme baby pictures where they're just like ripped out of their brains. Yeah, it's just a gene that tells you...
It's almost like a birth effect.
Yeah, kind of.
It definitely is a birth defect because the genome isn't working the way it's supposed to.
Yeah, and like more muscle mass and lean body mass has shown to like obviously be healthier long term, but it's not like you go from like an 80-year life range to 150.
No.
And then if we have that gene in us, whether you believe in God, evolution, or whatever you want to believe in, there's probably a reason we have a gene that stops us from building muscle.
Yeah, that slows it down.
Right?
Well, it's supposed to be there so it doesn't get out of control.
Right.
And then your heart can actually support the muscles that it has.
Because you've seen those cows. Like, that's the main one. Everyone talks about the cows that are jacked out of their brains. They just don't have that gene. And, I do wonder, like, what's the logic behind this so-called science to, like, more muscle is good, but the guy doesn't have a muscle issue right now.
No, he doesn't have a muscle issue. And furthermore, if you want more muscle mass, you could just take more testosterone because he's clearly taking some.
Yeah, he's on TRT, HGH. He's on all that.
Yeah, or just eat something.
Just take more and eat more, and you will have more muscle mass.
Yeah,
and it's just, you know, I mean, and like then you can stop that. You haven't like altered your genome.
How they explained it, they said they could change it.
But I also don't believe that.
Over it.
I don't know. They would say that, I guess. Not to be a conspiracy theorist, but...
But what about the fact that those two guys were like fucking 20 years old?
Yeah, I like that.
Those guys were not old.
No.
What, the Doogie Housers?
The Honduras doctor guys.
Yeah, I like that.
They were like
Wait, you
20.
want an old decrepit guy fucking changing your genes? I want a
These
young,
guys-
fresh guy changing my
These guys
genes.
just got out of high school.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. The best shit happens, dude. Whoever created Napster just out of high school, whoever created MySpace just out of high school, good shit
like the
happens.
confidence,
Sean Parker.
But these guys probably just don't know enough.
Yeah,
and-
Zuck's my hero now, and he fucking invented that shit when he was 19.
You know how old
stole
Zuck
it.
was when the Social Network came out?
Yeah, he's probably
The
24.
movie, he was 26
Yeah.
when the Social Network came out. That is craziness.
What is he right now? Like 40?
He's 40, 41?
Yeah.
42?
Yeah, he's very close to my age.
He's, yeah.
Because like the social media was exploding when I was in high school. Like it all like started.
Yeah, it all started. Yeah, we were out of high school by the time Facebook got popular, though.
I don't think popular. I think when you and I became freshmen in college was the first year that Facebook didn't need a EDU email.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right? So
like
before
2008.
Yeah, literally 2008. Yeah, I think before us, you had to have an EDU web email. So then it was obviously not going to get popular because it's only random ass colleges. And then around the time we're freshman or sophomore in college, the whole world started adapting it. And not really. It was obviously still a younger generation, but yeah, we lived a bunch of this bullshit.
Yeah,
same with the Venmo
2010 or
thing.
13 came out with an Instagram.
Instagram,
2010,
yeah, I think
2013.
09 to 2010 is probably
Pictures
Instagram.
only. No
Yep.
captions even.
I
Didn't
don't
even do a caption.
I thought you could maybe do a caption.
No, I don't think so. I think it was literally just a picture and you could like it
Yeah, it's
and
interesting.
comment.
That was the year I
Maybe
got
not even
everything.
comment.
2010, 2009, I remember. Shout out my boy Matt Chima. 2009, 2010, I'm working at Fitness 19, owning my own gym. I hadn't joined powerlifting super training yet. And I'm sitting at the desk. We're making like phone calls to get fucking people to pay us at the gym. You know, that was like half of our job is just to get on the phone and ring every delinquent fucking credit
Dude,
card.
hell yeah.
And we're just sitting there dicking around together. And he's like, bro, grab Instagram. It's sick. I said, what the fuck?
No,
is
you're right. You could do a
Instagram?
caption.
Yeah, because
You're right.
I remember my first post.
Yeah.
Somebody called us back from one of these credit things and it said Kobe Bryant. And so I took a picture of the ID, you know, and that was like one of my first posts, I think. And then he made me get Twitter too.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was all like 09 to like 2013.
Yeah, it was a boom,
Yeah, and then
Social boom.
now it's literally everything and everywhere.
which is weird to think about.
No, it's really weird. They're talking about it like movies and shit. People have like cell phones. They're talking about social media. You know, like it's so integrated.
Yeah, it's part of everyday life.
There are countries where Facebook is the internet. That's
Right.
like the internet that they have.
Yeah, that's
there's
like
no
their
web
Google.
browser.
Yeah, yeah, they probably outlawed other bullshit.
Just
What
Facebook.
What was this guy's son's name? Melange? What was it?
Talmadge.
Spice melange?
Talmadge, I swear, isn't that Woody Harrelson in Hunger Games?
No, it's Haymitch.
Fuck. I knew it was somebody. I knew it was a Hunger Games ass name
Close.
though. Yeah, that's some futuristic, euphoric fucking.
That's got to be like some kind of Mormon gospel person, right?
Maybe.
Possibly. I don't know.
One of the guys that John Smith talked to in the hat, the little top hat of
Yeah,
his.
found a book in New York in fucking 2020.
One of the guys in the top hat. God, I mean, you know, never mind.
Okay, so this is a sensitive part of the topic to me. And in my view, not to me personally, but in my view, this is a sensitive topic, but I'm going to go in anyway.
Yeah, fuck him.
Did you feel uncomfortable watching him and his son interact together?
I couldn't. When did they start hanging out?
Right now.
Yeah,
The kid's senior year of high school.
I mean, it's hard to tell how long it took them to shoot this thing because
his
hair changes every 15 seconds, back and forth and back and forth and back and forth in this thing. It's long, it's short, it's a ponytail, it's in braids, it's in he's got a fade, he's got
I'm pretty sure it's a year.
It's like changing channels with different hair on every channel.
He said 15 months.
Yeah. It's basically a year because he said his son just came to him for his last year of high school. And then they're getting ready. The whole story's around college and him leaving already after this bond.
Was it because his son wanted his dad to pay for his Chicago?
Wouldn't you?
College education?
I'm sure the mom's got plenty of residuals.
Yeah, she probably got something.
She tried to sue, right?
Yeah.
They didn't say the outcome of that.
No, I
They
think that
did
was
not.
I don't think that was the wife. I think that was the second girlfriend.
Oh, it was the second girlfriend.
That was the
That's
main.
right.
That was
Yeah.
the main girlfriend
Got it.
after the divorce.
Yeah.
Was trying to clout chase a little
They
bit.
totally only showed his side and him basically calling her a stone-faced liar, and that was the only part we got of that.
I know we got headlines, but we got them so fast you couldn't even read them. Like I didn't even go back and try to figure out what it was that they said that he was being accused of by her. But
he doesn't.
It also didn't even need to be in the documentary.
no.
No.
I mean,
A lot of things didn't, but
I think they're just elevating his like status of loneliness.
yeah,
Right?
maybe
They're
that
just
was what
showing.
it was.
They're just trying to show how
He
hard
can't
it
trust
is.
women too.
Yeah. There was kind of a pity party that his son's all he has, because they don't really mention the real wife being negative at all. All he does, and same with the parents. I think, like in terms of like a storytelling manner, they just make that like he's not religious, they're religious. It didn't work.
yeah.
Like they didn't say anything bad about the mom and dad. They didn't say anything bad about his wife. Right? He just said like I had to leave the church, so I left.
Yeah, that's how that goes.
It does sometimes, sadly, but you know what I mean.
Especially in Mormonism.
Like he didn't like rip apart the wife, his ex-wife. Like he
He
didn't.
kind of gets it. It's like, oh yeah, it's just
Mormon.
kind of part of the shtick.
Yeah.
Mormon, Scientology, J-Dub, all kind of have that.
They're all the same vibe.
Yeah. A lot of places are a little us only type vibe.
Yeah, no, yeah. If you're not like one of them, if they're active in the churches, like you can't be with somebody outside of the church.
Yeah. And most religions actually believe that, but it's just some follow through harder or not.
Well, you got like Christianity that was like pretty loose, right? Loose
Yeah.
rules. It's like probably the loosest religion.
Depends on which one. Yeah.
Yeah, because Mormon's Christian.
Like that's true. Like Baptist Christian.
Yeah. Because the weird part is that because I know what Jim's talking about. Like his vibe with his son is weird because he's Spock. You know, he's fucking weird to begin with. I don't think his interactions with his son were any weirder than he is. So that's why it didn't throw me off.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Where like you watch Tom Brady announce Sunday football and you're like, this guy's pretty normal. And then you see Tom Brady tongue fucking his son and it's fucking weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True.
Where you're watching him on Sunday, you're like, oh, that's just one of the bros.
Yeah.
You know, and then what he's doing is fucking weird. Where this guy's 99.9% weird on his own.
He's just weird all the time.
He's weird with his assistant with like a fake laugh, you know. So he's going to be weird with his son. But again, like the weirdest thing is the clips of him hanging out with fucking Hamich and when he's a kid. When Hamich is 7, that's like the most normal dad interaction.
Yeah,
he's like grabbing him by the arm, throwing him on the couch.
all
Hey, Hamich, what'd you do at school, kiddo? You know? Like grab.
Well, he doesn't even know who he is, really. He was hanging out with him for a year.
No. Oh, as an adult. Yeah.
I'm saying like he doesn't.
Yeah.
This new version we're seeing of him,
For
like,
sure.
this is somebody who hasn't seen their kid in
'Cause
what?
That's what we don't know. Because I don't think we know when the divorce was.
Yeah.
We don't know when the divorce was.
Right,
And
'cause
he said my kids used to come out during the summer for a few weeks, and I think that's all he was seeing them because they stayed in Chicago or whatever.
Yeah, but yeah, again, we don't know if Talmadge was a fucking freshman in high school when they divorced, or was he 8? Like those.
I felt like he's younger, but I don't really know.
So they had some kind of relationship to some extent.
Yeah,
where they
because
got
those flashbacks, that too.
They kept showing kind of like one era of flashbacks.
Right. It was like pre-fucking. Oh my god, a mosquito. Did I get it?
No, it flew away.
Mosquito's coming from my face.
Flew away.
Yeah, you get one flashback Christmas VHS vibe.
Yeah.
That's it. The kid actually, shout out to Talmadge, man.
He seemed pretty normal.
Pretty fucking normal for what the hell this kid's gone through. Like, you could imagine his grandparents and his mom are so strictly religious that can mess you up.
Well, the dad got down with some plasma.
Oh, but yeah, they had a
grandpa?
bonding ceremony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They went to the fucking LA Country Club, laid in the fucking bunkers. What was that?
I kind of like the photo shoot. His dad in the wife beater was kind of dope. It was kind of dope. The 3-generation photo shoot is the one part I actually liked. I was like, that's pretty smart. That's cool. Like,
that he rented out that country club.
The entire
to do
thing.
that photo
They probably bought
shoot.
it. He probably bought it just for the photo shoot. Flipped it for another $3 billion the
I'm
next
pretty
year.
sure that was LA Country Club.
Yeah, it might have been. I did enjoy some of that. I did. Because that's the most normal he felt. His son's jumping over his back. His fucking dad's laughing with him. Like, whether it was scripted or not, it felt normal.
You kind of feel bad for him, and then you kind of don't. And then you kind of think he's just weird, and then you kind of feel bad for him. It's kind of this weird balance of emotion you get with this guy.
Yeah. But I don't like him.
He's not like a likable guy.
No, I wanted to so hard.
Yeah.
I was really trying because I do like to I like weirdos. You know, I'm a hipster. I like things before they're cool. Right? Like I like that shit. I was like, I want to like you, Brian.
But why if he's so dialed in and has all the best research, why is he so stupid still and thinks that vegan's the right diet?
He did say that it was all by choice. Right, so there was a blip because I was paying attention to that where he didn't say like vegan's the way to live forever. He did say like, oh, I'm just vegan by choice. So maybe he has his own religion or maybe it messes his guts. I did like that part in the sense that he wasn't shoving the vegan down your throat.
Yeah.
They only mentioned it like twice.
So that's the interesting thing because like this is... It reminds me of the other like health related ones that we've seen. Primarily those were like vegetarian, vegan kind of propaganders.
Yeah.
I kept thinking, 2/3 of the way through it, what is this guy selling? And it finally comes around.
Yeah, I text my mom right away
that he's selling this like blueprint thing.
No, his first product was an olive oil.
Yeah, his first product.
They showed a shot of his dad in the kitchen slamming some olive oil.
Yeah, just everyone's taking shots.
Is that like a Mormon thing?
No, that's a health thing.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a health thing. Like my mom will take a shot. Like some motherfuckers will do like
I can see that.
It keeps your poop flowing.
Yeah, that and it does have like phytonutrients and shit. It is like
maybe I'll start
dense.
doing it. You have to get like a good quality one though, right?
Yeah, see that's the thing.
California like olive oil, I think isn't that cut down, right?
If you want the real shit, I'll let you know. I'll text mom right now.
Well, let me know because I know that, dude. There's a whole rabbit hole on the olive oil industry.
You know that's what my mom does, right?
She does olive oil. She's in the mafia.
She's a professional taster
for olive oil
for 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So she probably knows all the ins and outs of the dark world of olive oil.
She knows fucking everything. Yeah, that's literally why I have to fly there next week is because she has to go to like an international competition.
So she's a sommelier. What's it called?
Yeah,
for wine.
Yeah, basically. No, she's like top 20 in the world.
Wow.
I know, it's so weird.
So she can taste like, oh, this is from the hills of.
Kind of, not exactly, but yeah. They do both. I think they do contests to say what's good or not. Like she'll do the California State Fair, but then she goes to places and straight says like, this is rotten. You can't sell this. And the only way to do that is through human taste, I think.
Yeah. I mean, you can analyze it for like oxidation or whatever. But yeah,
that's why the dirt was too wet when these plants came through.
I almost wish she did like content. She wrote a blog back in the day, but I'm like, dude, the easiest thing is to buy this motherfucker's oil and then we rip it in a vlog. You know?
Yeah,
like there's gonna be so much SEO around this motherfucker's name.
Oh god, yeah, that's a good point.
But it was like $60 for like a keg of olive oil.
It was 2 bottles. It was $30 a bottle.
Yeah, which I guess isn't crazy because olive oil can be expensive.
Not for good stuff.
Yeah, but I just doubt it was good. I bet you just white labeled the fuck out.
I'm assuming that's the case. I'm looking at personal life on Wiki and I'm not seeing when the divorce happened.
No, he's friends with whoever owns Wiki and got that deleted.
Probably so.
Yeah, these tech guys run together.
Probably so. It's just, oh my goodness.
They made it seem like he doesn't even have any friends.
I know. You would think he would be
Could
friends
you be
with
friends with him?
No.
I think so. Like
he doesn't
the most
have time for friends, apparently.
The most normal of the mafia is Peter Thiel. Like he's semi-normal. If you've ever listened to him speak, he's like the creator of PayPal. And like he probably doesn't want to hang out with this guy. Like the guy's fucking weird, you know? Like this guy makes Elon look kind of normal.
Yeah.
Like at least Elon's talking about like video games and something semi-normal. This motherfucker's weird.
Yeah.
And I think probably the most instructive thing that anyone said in the whole thing was the journalist has been covering him for years. He said, I think that he is addressing his mental health problems with physical health remedies.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And that's like, yeah, that's what it is. But like, I think that what we're seeing and his weird affect is the mental health part.
Yeah. No,
he had a break somewhere along the line, and his old personality died. Talk about ego death. This guy's like he lost who he was before.
That's what I first thought.
Totally. He's not even in the same realm of
human.
the same person.
That's what I thought too. Is the first thing again? My own brain's battling being positive and not being mean, but like I'm like, this guy's literally just having a midlife crisis in like the weirdest way.
Yeah,
like his
most
how
expensive
billionaires
way.
have
he just
midlife
looks
crisis.
Yeah, well, and I'm sure we'll all go through something, but like some people will just like shave their head, like this guy's literally got shattered by something.
Yeah, and if you think about it
And
too,
maybe it was heartbreak, is what I was thinking.
Yeah, possibly, but he left the church and so got a divorce. So that's self-inflicted, except that he
staying isn't an option.
No,
right? If your heart isn't with the church,
like
that, then you're going to be just as miserable.
Couldn't convince his wife and kids to go along with him. His parents don't seem to have a problem.
Yeah, his mom was emotional, but at least they figured it out.
Well, that kind of goes back to his narcissism, where he's able just to shut off like that and do that.
That's getting back to the relationship with his son. I think that is probably part of what drives the weirdness of that relationship. I think he sees his son as himself. So his interactions with his son are baseline narcissistic.
Yeah, he's like, I need to get him. This is just mini me. Okay, I got to get him on the regiment. He's got to continue my journey.
Yeah.
He's got to continue the movement. And that's what he's become.
Living vicariously through his kid.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the weirdest part is the kid looking like him post-surgery.
So much like him.
Where, like, if he stayed normal or, like, stayed himself, his son wouldn't look like him.
It looks like he had his jaw made, like,
all of it
tighter.
His
and
nose
is different.
He's had a ton of face work.
Obviously,
they
lost
glanced
weight.
over like he had just got Botox only, but it's like, no, dude.
No.
You've had facial reconstruction.
No, he literally is trying to look like an elf from Lord of the Rings, like he's got some weird jaw lines and shit.
Swear to God, if he was trying to travel with an old picture on his passport,
it probably wouldn't work.
They wouldn't work.
No.
Not with his dead eyes.
I mean, he probably has like
realize it right away. He's fucking not there.
Oh no, he probably walks around though at like what, low single digit, like mid single digit body fat.
Yeah, he could be. Yeah, he's probably sub 10. He's
got to be sub 10.
I did like that
he's
part.
Also pale.
No, he's very pale. Well, did you hear Jesse James throw a throw at him? Like, can you see the sun or something? He said, "Yeah, I checked the UV. We're okay."
Jeez.
What science is that too? Because there's a lot of science that says like. Maybe not science, but a lot of scientifical opinion that the reason that skin cancer is so prominent is because we hide from it all the time, right? Versus if we were born in it 24/7.
Sunscreen's also a problem with
right?
it.
Which may be, like, I don't know, but it does make sense.
That's
like
what they say.
80% of a baby's life is indoors.
Yeah.
Right? Where you rewind even 100 years, it's probably at least 50-50. Even a baby's probably outside doing some shit.
I don't remember. We got to see the numbers on like how many people died of skin cancer back. in
like
the day.
1850.
Like that wasn't being diagnosed.
That's the other issue. Is that
doctors diagnosis and who knows.
But point is, there's an argument to be made for it.
Yeah.
And then this guy's pale as shit.
Yeah.
Well, the body's meant to be outdoors in general.
It's
right?
guaranteed we're supposed to see the sun a lot. Right, because vitamin D is the only way we're getting that bitch.
Yeah.
And the sun's the only way that's guaranteed.
You can supplement it, but it's
again,
not
God,
the same.
evolution, whatever you believe in. There's something in our system that's made to soak up that sun, and this motherfucker's avoiding it by all costs.
Yeah, it's like he almost is like internal out. He only stays inside. You're right. I didn't notice that.
That's what
he was probably like, I got to get in, guys.
That's what Jesse James said. They were going outside to work out, and he said, "Can you see the sun?" He said, "Yeah, I checked the UV. We're okay." I do give him props for the exercise selection. Like a lot of documentaries.
He's doing some real workouts.
He was doing real workouts, right? He's pulling a sled. He's pulling a heavy sled. He's doing heavy squats. He's doing hard sprints on a bike. Like everything I would imagine if you told me about this, I would expect they're doing some,
weird dumb shit.
Yeah, he's still
tonal
doing
machine or something.
Right, where he's really on it. He is actually like training, which is cool.
I'm assuming he paid somebody to
teach him for sure.
To teach him.
He's like a real personal
But
trainer.
even still,
Like a good one.
He's not like new to it.
There he is.
Like you could tell that is him. Or the twins in fucking Minority Report that read the future by sitting in a spa.
Yeah.
That's him.
He looks like he's from the OG Dune movie.
Yeah.
The OG one.
Yeah, like this.
This is a better one.
Yeah.
This is Bowie,
Yeah.
David Bowie in The Man Who Fell to Earth. That's what I was thinking about the whole time. Because Bowie's super skinny. They called him the Thin White Duke for a reason.
Yeah.
He had this guy has more muscle than that, but just that pale, like alabaster skin.
Yeah.
Looks like it was carved out of something by somebody who is a maniac. And what you don't see here is that he takes the contact lenses out, and you can see that. It's just really gross. His wife pees herself. It's just it's worth watching just for that scene.
For that scene, he's kind of got like a Patrick Bateman vibe. You know, he's like serial killer vibe.
Yeah.
No, he definitely has some like demons he's fighting. And if they're let loose, they could still be. I wouldn't be surprised in 10 years from now if we dig up some shit on this guy.
The thing that really gets me about the whole thing is all of this effort and the reality of life on Earth for humans is that people get diseases and conditions for no reason that's discernible. So you can, be as healthy as you can be within reason, but there's shit that's just going to happen. Or you could, get hit by a bus or, there's plenty of other things that could kill you.
What's the other movie? Bubble Boy?
Yeah.
Right? Like the kid's got like immune system issues.
John Travolta.
Is it?
Yeah. The TV movie was
there was like a big movie when I was in like high school.
Boy in the Bubble is what it's called.
No, this is Bubble Boy, I think. And this is like a shit comedy, This is like a Pee Wee Herman, Ben Stiller vibe.
We all saw it though.
No, for sure.
Unless it's a Mandela effect. And
no.
I didn't see it.
No,
so.
I saw it, but this is like a shit movie.
No,
but
it's terrible. But everybody saw it.
Kids, it was like in that era of funny comedies, so you gave it a chance. I think the kid had like an immunity problem. Yeah. What are we, 8th grade?
2001 Bubble Boy.
Who's the actor? Who is that?
I don't know. It was like the kid's like trying to be the next Ben Stiller and never made it kind of deal. Right? It's during the age of Ben Stiller, though, right? Like, it's during, like, the fucking Dodgeball.
I think, it was before that. Those came out, like
Dodgeball's probably, like, 04?
It was Jake Gyllenhaal.
It's Jake Gyllenhaal.
No way.
Yeah.
That's got to be one of his first.
It's inspired by...
Yours?
Boy in the Plastic Bubble.
So, like, this...
Some nobody.
Jake sorry, Jake. Sorry, homie.
Yeah, sorry,
Bro, look
Jake.
at him, though. He looks crazy.
You wouldn't even know.
No, he looks like... he looks crazy.
If you're going to be a lean, crazy, jacked actor... You might as well be Jake Gyllenhaal. I don't know if you've seen Roadhouse or anything he's been in.
No,
lately.
I've seen the pictures, obviously.
Like,
I saw Roadhouse. That was good.
But like the movie of this is like how you would actually avoid life, right? Because this guy's born, I think, with an immunity problem. He's going to get sick so easy, so they shove him in a hospital, and then he gives up, say, I don't want to live in a hospital, and then he puts himself in a bubble, or his family does, so he can go live life. But that's like, to your point, that's the only way you can like live forever.
Yeah,
be like precautious as fuck.
And even then, if you're somebody with that kind of an immune system problem, you might have other birth defects that are going to kill you. Either,
of course.
As well. But
there's a million things that could happen. You can just get cancer for no reason.
Yeah.
Also, taking all that stuff that's probably what's gonna kill him.
Yeah, he's gonna get esophagus cancer from all the pills. Like, there's no way you're supposed to just swallow that much plastic pills.
Yeah.
No, you're not. All the microplastics that he's putting into his body.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he's the color he is. He's turning into microplastics.
He's literally turning into plastic. He's turning into a pill capsule.
He is like translucent.
Yeah,
he's not even pale. I'm pale, but he's like, he looks weird. He doesn't look healthy.
He looks
kind of young, but he doesn't look like healthy per se. You don't see like, wow, that guy's vibrant, full of energy.
No, he looks like every other fucking rich asshole in LA that has plastic surgery on his face.
He looks like Bezos.
Yeah.
That's
he was all hopped up on TRT.
That's what the saying is like, you're not ugly, you're just poor.
Yeah.
You're not ugly, you're just poor.
I feel seen.
Yeah, or you're not just. It's all. Maybe the better words would be like, you just can't get fit because you're poor.
Yeah, which is so dumb, but it is what the world says. I've heard so many arguments on like podcasts and different shit lately. I was even in like a political fucking Twitter space the other day, just listening. I don't get involved, but they like went on a side tangent. They're talking about how hard it is to eat healthy food, and then like some dude who knows, because we're on Twitter, comes in with like his white coat bias. He's like, well, as a physician, and he's like, this organic is so expensive. I'm like, bro, these people are eating chicken nuggets all day. We're not talking about going from like 0 to 100. Like, they can rice and chicken breast is really cheap.
Yeah,
like you're spending more at that than at McDonald's and Chipotle for your kids. Like, you're all just literally making excuses for each other. Yeah,
well, they've turned food into a enjoyment, not like fuel.
Well, when we were growing up, it was true. You could go to McDonald's and get a 39-cent burger, and that is cheaper than my mom making a steak dinner. Mm-hmm. But nowadays, a McDonald's meal to make you full is $15.
Oh, dude, that's cheap. That'd be cheap. That'd be a cheap.
You know
meal.
what I mean? Yeah, Chipotle's $25. Chipotle's $25. Pizza's $25.
Yeah.
So like, you to buy chicken breast or even steak. I eat steak almost every day, and it's fucking like $6 for my serving size. Plus potato, veggie, and whatever. I'm talking $10.
Chicken, you got to watch very closely right now because for prices because of the avian flu thing.
Yeah,
we're round 2 of avian flu.
The eggs have been a disaster. My wife alone, I started eating breakfast again like 6-7 months ago, but like we eat 8 eggs every morning.
Yeah,
not each, like
and
not
it's 10,
each, but
$10 a dozen.
Yeah, now we haven't been eating eggs.
Yeah,
but like I went from eating 4 eggs every morning to like not having any really because the Costco's sold out every time.
Isn't that insane?
I go across the street for 12 eggs, it's $8. I'm like, well, I'm not fucking doing that.
Yeah, buy a chicken.
I need to get a chicken.
the
they don't pump out enough.
The eggs are so much better.
No, I think
it's not even funny. How much
each chicken's almost guaranteed 1 a day.
Do you have to have like 12 fucking chickens?
Yeah, you get like
chickens.
You get 8 and pray for 2. Yeah, you get 8 and pray for 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you can't have chickens in my neighborhood.
And then you need a cock
to pregnate them.
Yeah.
No. You don't need a cock.
Are you sure?
Yeah, they just produce anyway. Yeah, they just produce.
Because every farm I've ever been to has 1 cock.
That's not talked about enough. How they just make them. That's crazy.
That's not normal.
But hurt my brain.
Yeah, obviously to birth them, but I thought even to make them, maybe it's like a pheromone thing. I almost swear.
I don't know.
You're supposed to have one.
So there's no sex. They just make eggs.
Well, that's called not being a mammal. That's true everywhere.
I guess that's true. Yeah,
that's true for fish, right? They poop out the egg, and then the other one comes and sperms on the egg already outside the body.
But that's not happening with chickens.
That is, I think, to make them live.
On the shell.
No, but I think he'd be sitting on them, sprinkling some sauce.
Spuging on the shell.
I mean, that's what they do in the fish. You ever seen Planet Earth? Look, I'm not a doctor or an explorer, but
they ovulate without a male.
I watched a lot of Steve Irwin growing up.
R.I.P.
You don't need a roster.
You do not need a rooster for hens to lay eggs.
Yeah, I don't know why, but every fucking farm I've ever been on, I've been a lot. I know that sounds stupid, but I've been on a lot of farms.
I've been on a lot of farms.
I like my family's all ranchers, like literally, you know. And then my school had a fucking farm, and we always had a cock.
If you want chicks,
you need it for sure.
You need it,
yeah, for
but
sure.
without it, you don't. You know, if you're just looking for eggs.
I wonder why they did that.
Oh, I guess so. They just get rid of them.
Yeah,
it's the excess.
Yeah, they're having their period every morning.
That's like their period
every morning.
Got it.
24 to 26 hours. Their ovaries release a yolk from their.
So there
ovary.
is some kind of intercourse to have the chick hatch in the egg.
Well, I don't know about. Yeah, they're not fucking like us.
They're spuging on the.
You and me, baby,
shell.
Ain't nothing but mammals.
They're spuging on the shell.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah, it's an external sex.
I'm not gonna Google that. This was close.
No, look up fish sex.
There's no such thing.
I know how fish sex works.
Let's go to some videos here and let's see some chicken fucking. Let's go on the Silk Road site.
This whole
free Ross,
right?
Free Ross.
Back up, right?
It's not, but Ross is free.
Ross is free.
Free Ross, man.
I mean, ducks do it the regular way.
Yeah, but they're crazy.
They're violent.
Penises.
They got a hook cock.
I will go fish in Elk Grove Park and just see duck rape.
Yeah, they got a hook cock.
Well, yeah, it's
like just hook in, huh?
Yeah, no, I think it literally's got a thing to.
You're right.
Latch on like fucking Venom's tongue or something.
It looks
they're
like
crazy.
Predator.
No, they are
corkscrewed, and the weird thing is that the female duck. The vagina is also corkscrewed,
it's a
but
puzzle.
it's the other direction, so they don't really meet up.
This makes sense right here.
It's like a silencer.
The rooster's there to protect the flock.
Yeah,
that's probably why all the farms
it's
have.
He's the shot caller.
Yeah, and if you just need to get up in the morning or whatever.
Yeah. He's the ADT fucking alarm
get up and
system.
BB gun the
that makes sense.
Rooster. Go back to sleep.
And he's scouting out snacks for all his bitches.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
he's
literally
the worm
says
finder.
So that snacks. This you can tell this is AI generated. So this is.
That sounds like my job. Just to alert problems, not deal with them.
Yeah.
Just find us some snacks.
Yeah, find some snacks.
That's the modern man.
Rooster.
Yeah, that's the modern man.
I almost Googled, "Do you need a cock too?" and I stopped.
Let's look up corkscrew penises.
The pictures are
no. There should be low key like a Planet Earth just about. Like crazy intercourse.
Oh, there probably is on Instagram.
No, but like Planet Earth quality.
Oh, like
I don't need the
20K?
visuals. You guys are gonna call me a freak. I don't need the visuals.
20K.
I just
visuals.
I just know that like there's interesting stories to be
Planet
told.
Earth is only visuals.
No. You watch that on mute. The soundtrack's insane, and fucking Attenborough tells you so much cool shit.
Yeah, I mean, so you want a podcast version is what you're saying.
No, it could be PG. Like, I want to see it. I don't want to see the corkscrew cock in particular. I don't need to see the action.
The slow-mo of that.
But like how different animals are so different.
Yeah.
Right? Like isn't it the seahorse is like,
it's both sexes.
yeah, it's 316 genders when it wants. Like, there's a bunch of shit like that.
And dolphins have sex for fun.
Yeah, and they're the only ones
Not
that rape.
just
I think they're
for,
the only animal that rapes.
Dolphins?
Yeah, something like that.
They'll
No,
fucking rape humans.
I think they're the only ones that might be true, but I also know that
Yeah,
they have sex for pleasure,
Right.
Not
Not
for,
just
just procreate.
Yeah,
or
the
whatever.
rape might be wrong because I've seen some crazy
It might be that
monkey
too.
documentaries.
Might be that too, because don't they, like you said,
They
rape
will
their
get
trainers.
humans. They will get a human.
Yeah,
But maybe that's for pleasure. Maybe they're showing affection.
Well, the trainer for sure thinks about that and wants that every day.
yeah,
You're a
you don't
dolphin
become
trainer.
a dolphin trainer
Yeah.
not knowing that
Yeah.
fact.
Whoops. Whoops, my
Yeah.
pants fell
Yeah.
down.
You could have trained any other fucking animal on the
My
planet.
bathing suit slipped.
Freaks. Freaks. That's crazy. I saw Dean's fucking filing to work at SeaWorld.
Dude, SeaWorld, was that even like, those even exist anymore?
How crazy is that they are, but I think they're losing money.
I don't know. There's a documentary that just came out about what happened to the whale that was in Free Willy.
Oh.
Keiko, the whale.
The
Yeah.
one with the bent thing?
Yeah.
They
They all get bent.
What happened
How
to
sad
it?
is that? They all get bent as soon as they get caught.
Oh, that's sad.
That's
It's like a
sad.
depression.
Literally,
Visual
they get
depression.
limp dick from shitty humans.
Yeah, they did a bunch of stuff to try to release this killer whale because there was a lot of pressure after and the movie, the whale gets released and everything's
Sure.
fine, but that's not what happened in real life, and so there was all this pressure to release it, and so they did all this stuff to try to release it, and then it died.
How crazy!
It got a respiratory infection, and there was nobody there to solve it because it was entirely dependent on humans, and it was like. It was kind of like a golden retriever.
It was too late.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all of them. That's all. What's crazy though is that how Free Willy probably came out in fucking '92 or something, right?
Was that JTT? Who was the kid in that? Was that
I don't
JTT?
know. I know the soundtrack's MJ and one of the greatest jams of all time.
Yeah, when it jumps over that
Yeah.
rock wall, it's
Yeah.
like. these
But
kids,
how
like,
crazy is
underneath
that?
it.
That movie's based on like not capturing these things and like keeping them free, and then the entire '90s into the early 2000s is just like SeaWorld
That's not him.
peak.
Definitely not him.
Yeah, no, that's not.
You know what I mean? Like the movie's so anti. Who do you think JTT?
Jonathan
Just
Taylor
Tate
Thomas.
Thomas. No, it's a little like it's more of like a Boy Meets World.
You could
looking
see
kid.
him in that movie though.
No,
He could have easily
He would have
played
crushed
that.
it.
He
Yeah.
played every movie.
He might have
back
been
then.
too young for it,
Yeah, maybe.
right? When's Free Willy? Free Willy's actually old.
Jason James Richter.
Never heard of him.
Have you ever heard of the
Lori
movie?
Petty. You definitely heard of Lori Petty. She's been in stuff.
Have you heard of There's Something in
Michael
the Water?
Madsen was in this movie, and Michael Ironsides. It's the whole
They
they
gotta be
cornered
the
the
villains.
market on Michael Bacall as well.
Yeah, I don't know.
A lot of Michaels. Anyway, go on.
Oh, so did you guys ever see There's Something in the Water? It was
No.
kind of like about
It's
like
a
a
horror, right?
No, it was like a kid. It's like a Free Willy movie, same time I think, but it was about like a Loch Ness monster, like Nessie that the kids like
Oh.
befriend, like this
Uh-huh.
magical Nessie.
I don't know if I did. So this era was amazing. What's the other one? Never Ending Story and shit.
It's like, oh, there it is. Oh, that's a remake.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was scary.
They brought it back, man.
That
No,
looks
that's a
scary,
hor-
don't
that's
it?
a horror
That's what I
version.
said. Yeah,
That's not it.
yeah. There
There was something in the water and with Elliot Page in
No, dude, this was like
2019.
this was like 90s.
18.
Maybe I got the name wrong, obviously.
Yeah,
Maybe
I don't
it's
know.
called no.
Maybe you were growing up in a different timeline. where
That
it
could have been
happens
in
early.
the alternate timeline.
No,
Yeah.
it's definitely you're just missing one word. Something in the lake or some shit, you know.
Yeah, I'll have to find it. Kids movie. I'll just Google a kids movie about. Stay tuned next time.
Yeah, that's the next one we'll review.
Oh,
That's the next one we'll review. It's probably awful.
something in the water, and there's no date.
Is that
I
a
don't know.
Prince soundtrack and something in the
There-
water?
apparently, they're related interests. See Prince.
Interesting.
I don't know. Anyway, we'll just bring this one in for a landing. I don't have anything else cogent to say about this guy other than he's a weirdo, and I guess he's if you got enough money, you can surround yourself with people who are willing to take money from weirdos. That's
The other last narcissist touch is that I don't know how addicted he is to being healthy versus one, like you kind of said, like he's just like, like hiding his mental health in these habits. And he kind of admits to that himself.
Yeah, a little bit.
Right? Saying like detaching your brain. And some of that I think is beautiful, where routine is important. He called it algorithm.
Yeah.
Because he's a fucking robot. But routine is important, right? Because then we find some stability in our lives and we can continue to progress forward, work, fitness, whatever. Routine and schedule is important. But I almost feel like this entire thing was just for him to get popular again, right?
That's a big part of it because he's selling something. I don't know that he needs the money, but it's just something. It's something I was going to get to before. When you're an Elon Musk, when you're a Jeff Bezos, when you're just one of those top level crazy oligarchs with billions of dollars, what do you have to fight for? Well, what do you have to fill your days with?
Yeah. Well,
there's no human struggle.
Well, that's why they have to fight. That's why they have to continue to make money, right? Because the drive that got you. Because I've had the same discussion, which turned into a debate with people about like athletics, and they're like, well, why don't they just like get their like big rookie check and then just like retire? I'm like, dude, what got them to the NBA, you can't just turn off.
Right, was their competitive.
Yeah, they want to win.
Fire.
They love the sport, and they want to fucking win. And so, like, same with these guys. Like, I understand. That's why people like poo-poo this guy want to make money, but I'm like, that's what made him him.
Yeah.
And I'm not there to poo-poo it as long as he's doing it, again, in a semi-moral way. Like, selling olive oil, there's way worse things he could have done.
We're going to sell in the blueprint. By the way, it's magic in the water.
Magic in the water.
That sounds a lot more innocent. Something in the water? Question mark? Sounds like I'm going to die. Magic in the water.
I didn't mean to derail us a little bit, but
no,
1995.
That's pretty good. Did we see a date on Free Willy? It has to be like 93.
So I think it's probably the same era. Yeah, there it is, the top one.
I don't know if I've seen Magic in the Water.
Yeah, Mark Harmon. Interesting.
Anyways.
And we were trying to figure out what year Free Willy was.
Yeah, it's got to be like a 92 to 94. And then they made like 20 of them. Free Willy 8. And
there's only one.
That one for sure. Free Willy 2.
93.
Yeah, on it.
And then there's the porn version.
I'm fucking...
Free My Willy.
Yeah. Probably a lot of those.
Yeah.
Probably a ton of those.
Yeah, this dude is total creep. And
it's too... I mean, like, I feel like his son is not beyond, like, finding normalcy. And
he
hope,
has a chance.
I hope in Chicago,
yeah.
you see him doing, one of these meetup run things that his dad inspired.
Things,
Don't die, whatever. And hopefully he doesn't get hit by a bus. I feel like he's redeemable. I don't know anybody else in that who's redeemable. I don't think that this guy is ever going to turn away from being a fucking weirdo.
Oh, she's there for the check.
She's there for,
Well, it's her job. But she seems kind of normal.
Yeah.
That's his CMO, not his assistant. That is so
that's
sexist.
True. That is. There's no CCO and there's no CFO. There's just one person on the board.
Yeah.
He threw her that label just to feel corporate. But she seems like kind of normal.
She does seem kind of normal, but we don't spend very much time with her.
No.
Yeah.
But you can just, I could spend 1 minute with fucking Brian and know he's not normal.
You know he's not normal.
Yeah.
Just how he speaks.
He probably
is
just
so
looks
weird.
through you.
And then when he's in front of a crowd at the end and he's doing like his Tony Robbins shtick, then he's like, you could just feel how different he is.
Yeah.
Like it just feels so fake because now he's all smiley and shit. Where the other time he's a fucking
good job.
Yeah, it's fucking he's an animatronic on a fucking ride. Bro. He's weird. And I'm telling you, I wanted to like him because I like the topic. I think the topic's cool because there is stuff we can do better, And I like the science and I like health and I like people that are doing extreme things. But he's just so I can't be on your team, Brian.
The thing that really triggered me, honestly, probably the most about him was how illegal his ping pong serve is.
He freaked out on that ping pong.
This is the most illegal serve you could possibly do. Like that's not how you serve in ping pong.
To give him credit though, so he talks about all this health and lifting and fitness, and you can't really tell, right? Because he's not ever doing anything like young or athletic, really.
Yeah.
Like you should be able to squat and you should be able to do these things. Playing ping pong, his son like whips one. And he turns really quick and bends over to grab the ball that missed. And I was like, oh, he actually does move really good.
He moves
for his
young.
age.
He moves young.
Yeah, he did. And that was the one part I did notice. Like the ball goes into the bush, behind him, and he like whips around and grabs it and moves totally normal. He probably moves more normal than I do. Like
Yeah, I couldn't move like that.
Yeah, I'd probably brace my back, like gonna go pick that ball up.
Yeah.
He moves very limber, and then I'm like, oh, okay, like something he's doing is
Well, he's
working.
also probably getting 4 hours of massage a
right,
day.
and he's 130 pounds, and I'm a big boy. Like there are other factors, and he's got all that HGH. That probably feels really good.
Oh yeah, his body probably feels like he's 27.
Yeah. Maybe I
like
just
for
need-
sure. That's but that's the shit we already know about.
And he's got like the straight medical HGH. Right? He's got it out of
Yeah,
the
it's
self-dispensing pin. Like that dude's getting it. Like
Yeah.
he feels good.
Yeah, the preloaded pen.
Yeah, he's got the insulin whatever pin for his fucking HGH.
There's no doubt that he probably has, if any, minor aches and pains. He might have, like, he's probably never sore.
props to him. He probably does feel good.
Probably
Physically,
Yeah.
but like
mentally,
muscularly.
mentally he's not even human. Yeah.
mentally, he's
No.
just
No.
a pro. He's a computer.
He's a wreck. Yeah,
he's a computer.
Yeah, he's a wreck. Which might feel good. Maybe maybe he's just thinking of ones and O's.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just a computer mentally. Remember that little sleep thing he had on? It was like the dots.
Yeah.
Yeah, he puts something in his ear to fix his hearing. He fucking...
Yeah. His UV lights in his bathroom.
Which is funny. Imagine this movie comes out 10 years ago and you're looking at him like he's insane. But half the stuff he does is all over every Twitter podcaster on the planet
Right now, yeah, for
like
sure.
everyone's faking this shit. Meanwhile, they're doing drugs and drinking alcohol this weekend.
And
Then he's not.
Yeah, no. Hopefully.
That's all a grift.
Yeah, it is. It
For
is.
sure. All right, let's rate this thing. I'm caught between two different rating systems, either gene-altering injections or David Bowie's wife pissing herself in Man Who Fell to
Yeah,
Earth.
let's do stomach injections.
Stomach
injections.
That one's crazy.
That was wild.
That's really common. That's,
Yeah, I know, but...
that's how you do HGH.
Oh, no, I'm
No, he
talking
did
about
it in
the
his leg.
gene.
He
The
did it in
gene.
HGH
Oh, the
his
gene
leg.
thing that
The
you...
gene was 2 in either side of his gut.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
good.
They had there were targets.
Yeah.
They're like
Yeah, I think that was that yellow
Betadine.
like antiseptic.
Yeah.
There was a lot of prep for that. For
Yeah,
him to
and-
stand there and get that
And
shot.
just 2 shots and he's done.
Yeah,
Now your genes are different.
yeah. You know that like diabetics that have to inject themselves all the time.
every day.
Yeah, they don't even teach them anymore to like clean the area because it does. You can do it through your skin. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
A lot
None,
of-
of this, none of that matters.
Like
Why-
I know they do. A lot of them will do it in their stomach, but to
Yeah.
see like a bigger needle.
Some of them don't even
Gene.
have needles anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're little.
It goes through the skin
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
like
the
pressure.
transdermal
That's fucking
kind of thing,
crazy.
Same with like creams for tests. They have.
Yeah. Well, have you seen that? Like the pen though,
Yeah.
that it pushes it through without a needle.
Yeah.
That's weird. Anyways, stomach shots.
Stomach shots. I'll give the movie. I'll give it like a 2.7. I'm a huge documentary guy. I really do enjoy. I watch them a lot on my own. Like I watched the Aaron Rodgers one over Christmas break, and I don't know why I didn't think about that for us, but it's way better in my opinion. Some of it has to do with the main person, right? Because if they're charismatic and fun, whether you like the topic or not, the movie's going to be more fun.
Yeah.
And this guy just didn't bring any sauce that interests me.
No.
It's
Even
the
though
weird
the
sauce.
topic interests me a lot, but he brought no sauce, so maybe even less, maybe like a 2.4. It's definitely not something I'll touch on again.
Yeah, it could have been. I'll give it a 2.
Yeah.
It could have been also an hour or less.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they stretched
like
the
a
end.
long.
After the first 45 minutes, there was no new information.
Yeah, after they were doing like
Correct.
Sand Angels as a family, just cut it.
Yeah,
That was as happy as it got.
They
Yeah.
had a 30-minute episode there.
Yeah.
On
I agree.
but they stretched it out to an hour and a half somehow. Yeah, 2 stomach injections, double fisted.
Double-fisted stomach injections. I'm also going to say 2. I will say that they did, until the last little bit there, they did a pretty good job of weaving the product stuff in without hard selling it.
Yeah, it didn't feel bad.
And it didn't feel super bad. It is maybe just a little bit lighter touch on that, and I would have been happier with that part. But it's repetitive for sure.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Super
And-
repetitive.
And I don't know, like it's just something about the relationship with the son made me uncomfortable. Not that you shouldn't express your emotions to your kids. Not you shouldn't tell them that you were, that you love them. What felt weird to me is he felt like he acted like he was in love with his son.
Yeah, it was a weird
which is a narcissistic thing. I think.
It was a weird thing. It was like it was almost like a best friend relationship. It didn't feel like a father son. It
Oh,
felt
I did
like
not.
I didn't want to bring this up because it gets weird, but do you think he's gay?
I think he likes women.
I think he's like, I think it's just his affect, but it is, he has a weird affect for sure. That
I thought maybe this whole thing is that he's gay.
It could be. I mean,
like the leaving the church, the weird second girlfriend.
It's not out of the realm of possibility. I'm not gonna.
And he's fighting it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say one word.
But why now fight it though? Why now? Why?
Because that's how it goes like that all the time.
Yeah.
Just especially depending on generations. Like being gay is fine now, you know. But
so like, obsessed with his human form.
And he's like often they say, yeah. He might be in love with himself.
We missed this soliloquy about the elegance of his penis because he probably, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. And I don't know. He gave me just like in love with himself, but hates himself. There's just weird.
He's got some form of like an OCD too, right?
No, for sure.
Like he's just so obsessive. Remember that even his dad said he thought he was going to be the next John Smith.
Yeah.
He was like a little delusional.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like also.
Oh, so you mean like John Smith?
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
We're gonna find you, Dean.
No, you know, at DeanStorrs.ck on IG, Captain and Gills.
If you guys want to get ahead, I believe we're watching. I don't even know the name of it, but it's
Generation Flex.
Generation Flex next, and we're gonna dive into that. It's about body dysmorphia in young males, based on social media, which is obviously all tied into even this motherfucker Brian, and what we do. 3sb.co for all your apparel needs. Sacramento, California, 3rd Street Barbell. I'll see y'all there, and I'm Silent Mike.
I am Sebastian_Brambila on IG.
I am at the Jim McDonald on all the social media. The show is 50% facts, where percent is a word and 50 is just numbers. 50% facts. This is Spreaker Prime Podcast in association with iHeartMedia on the Obscure Celebrity Network. We'll talk to you next week. There was like 15